Alright, what's up guys? This is Knight doing another audio commentary, and this time I am doing a commentary together with Blade on the Blade of Ire on the Pro League set between Stork and Stork and C on Rush Hour. Say hi, Blade.
Hey guys.
Alright, so this matchup is a pretty well-hyped match here. Stork and C have a lot of prior history here. They've played 9 games in the past, and Stork is actually 8-1 against C, and most of those games have actually come in, like, very intense situations, like MSL or OSL. It's been a while since they've played in Pro League. I believe they played sometime last season, and Stork did pull it out there. But this matchup should definitely not be discounted because, Stork has such a great record against C. This map is Rush Hour, so in case any of you haven't read my recent article on how I think Rush Hour is ridiculously imbalanced, you should probably go do that because they've played so many Terrans on this map. There have been so many TVTs on this map. It's been terrible to watch, and we're finally seeing a Protoss versus Terran, but this is the worst matchup for the map by far. Protoss has about a 25% win rate against Terran on this map, and I don't know. I think the map might decide this more than anything else. What do you think, Blade?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, really, Rush Hour 3, since I'm a Protoss player myself, is a map that I have learned to hate simply because it's really hard as Protoss to control the Terran player, and he can pretty much do whatever he wants. And I'm really wondering. I actually read your article there on this Pro League Weekly edition, and I actually still am wondering why they keep the map in the map pool. It's still very questionable, but really, if there is a player that could really pull this off and defeat C right now, maybe except Bisu, for example, it really should be Stork. So he has really impeccable PvT, so really, we should not write him off, I guess, even though his chances are, I guess, slimmer than C's right now for the victory in this game.
Yeah, it actually looks like what he's doing. He is going for a 12 Nexus build, so he's going for this really fast economic edge. And if C can't do any damage to this 12 Nex, he's going to be pretty far behind here. Stork's gateway is finishing right now, so he will have a core going up now, and he will definitely have a large advantage, and it doesn't look like C has any intention of pressuring with this build. Doesn't look like he's building a bunker or anything. He's not even sending his Marines down to the base. So I think Stork's going to get away with this build and is going to take an early lead in the game. But yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying there with regards to the map. Actually, regarding my article, they actually decided to get rid of Requiem in the Pro League. Oh, and speaking of pressure, there goes a few Marines and a bunch of SCV.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. I mean, of course, the problem for Stork is that he was scouted directly in the correct direction by C, and C knew that he cannot allow Stork to get this economic advantage, and it does not look good for Stork right now. He does have 2 gates, but the problem is with that factory, there will be a bunker right here very close to the expansion, as well as very, very soon those vultures to tackle the goons. And I think that as well as C manages to do nice micro and do his thing, Stork will lose this Nexus right now, and this, of course, will put him back in the game. And man, this will not be a position that he will want to fight from against C on Rush Hour.
Yeah, but in the meantime, it looks like Stork is actually... Oh, excuse me. It looks like Stork is actually proxying a pylon at the base just north of C's main. So it looks like he might be able to do some counter proxy Reaver harassment here. If he's able to do that, if he is able to get a proxy robo down, this might even the game up, because Stork is, or not Stork, but C is definitely not going to be expecting this kind of a counterattack. I mean, I wouldn't expect my opponent to do something like this. or to counter like that, to do a counter proxy against me. But I'm not sure. I don't see any kind of any robo being built next to that pylon. So I guess maybe he's gonna decide against it. And in the meantime, Stork does lose the Nexus, so Stork is going to be way behind. So I don't know. It doesn't look good for Stork right now.
I don't know, I think that was really a viable option you were speaking of, and you see the robotics facility is in the meantime in the main, but I don't really know if he really intended it, simply because it's so close to the edge. I mean, of course, that was the only possibility he could plan it, but I don't know, I think he didn't really expect C to not see that. So maybe he's just trying to build the stuff around now in the main, not going for anything cheesy, rather going for another for a safe attempt to even this up back in the game. But I really actually think that your idea with a proxy would have been better doing something unorthodox, because if he keeps playing an orthodox game here, I don't really see him coming back into this one, especially that he will be fighting 1 base versus 2 base very soon.
Yeah, but what I think, from what I can see from around the map, Stork has also put a pylon to the south of C's main. I'm not really sure what the deal with that is. Obviously, the barracks has now scouted that pylon for Stork, but yeah, I'm not really sure about why he put a pylon to the south. It just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Maybe he was trying to go there for some kind of crazy proxy, but I don't really know what he could do now. He's going for the robotic support base, so he wouldn't have hidden any Templar tech there or anything. I don't know what he was really thinking about there.
Yeah, it doesn't, well, I mean, unless he was planning on, unless those are just purely scouting pylons, which I'm not really sure why he would have scouting pylons. I mean, it's not Protoss versus Protoss. This map isn't a very good drop map, and it's obviously not Terran versus Terran either, which are the real times that you would need these scouting pylons or scouting supply depots around the map. I just don't understand why he'd need that, and he's obviously not going for any kind of Templar tech, so he wouldn't do any proxy DT gate thing. But I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a strange play, but I guess he is going to try and get back into this game with Reavers, though. So we'll see how well this Reaver harassment is going to be. It looks like his first Reaver is heading out now.
Yeah, and I think just took a look at the. So if you see right now in C's main, there is a big space, so to speak. I guess a little bit further south from the command center, where that Reaver could theoretically be dropped. No missile turrets up there yet for C, and as long as the situation stays the same, I guess there could be a good attack there, or maybe at the expansion. And it seems right now that Stork is coming in at the expansion, and he has to take a lot of care, especially with these mines, and he should not lose the Reaver to these mines. And oh man, that's insane right there. I mean, that's really pro gaming right there. What do you think?
Yeah, that was some really nice Reaver micro, shuttle micro. He does have the Zealot with that Reaver. That Reaver shot could have taken or could have dealt a lot more damage than it did. Man, Reavers are so stupid. Interceptors, man. Oh, but he's gonna get. Oh, that one takes out a few SCVs.
He's gonna get a good kill
again, right. Yeah, again, kind of unlucky with that though. He could have done so much more with that one Scarab. He has to be careful and he's going to lose the shuttle if he's not careful here. Oh, and a clutch Reaver Scarab. Oh, but he does lose the shuttle. Oh, it's a big loss for C. Because that means he's going to lose or for Stork, he's going to lose his Reaver here. Well, maybe, but yeah, 13 kills on the Reaver though, really well worth it.
Yeah, this was like a JF-like, really nice Reaver play. And, yeah, he really has to take a lot of care with this Reaver now. He will try to inflict as much damage as he can. And I guess in the end it was worth him for him right now with 15 kills. And yeah, finally dying. Hero Reaver, really. But I think that Stork needs a lot more like this, a lot more harass from C in the meantime to get back into the game. And the problem is, I believe that time is slowly running out for him, simply because he has been back in economy, and very soon C will decide to push out, I guess, with his forces towards Stork's base. And I don't think that will really be a very nice battle to fight for Stork right now with the units that he has.
Yeah, and that's not even mentioning the fact that siege tanks are just so powerful on this map. They can fire across all these little narrow gaps, and it's just so difficult